Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Mayor's Minutes. I wanted to take a moment to clear up some misinformation regarding some paving projects that are happening around town that I see kind of swirling around on social media and in the community. Specifically, a paving project that is taking place on the street that I live, Meridian Drive. The end of last summer, beginning of the fall, there was a gas leak on my street. New Jersey Natural Gas came out, they dug up the road, fixed the leak, and went on their merry way. And then about 3 days later, another gas leak popped up a little further down the line. They came back out, dug up the road, and evaluated that the gas lines were too old to continue to repair. This was going to continue to happen. So they decided that they were going to replace the lines down Meridian, and not just down Meridian, but also, I want to get the streets here, parts of Rainbow, Silver, Avis, and also parts of Solar. So all of those streets, and also, I believe, parts of Canis. All of those streets, because they were dug up by the utility company, will be repaved curb to curb by the utility company. Now, we did have a resolution at the last council meeting for a paving project on Meridian and also some drainage work. The New Jersey Natural Gas will not come back to do that paving project until we correct a drainage issue that has been taking place on Meridian for as long as I've lived there, probably the last 20 years. So that was part of that resolution. And then also as part of the resolution was a small paving project from Canis to Midstreams, because that is the section of road that the gas lines were not replaced on. However, as a township, we didn't think it was right to have the gas company come in, do all of the roads in the surrounding area, and including the other side of Meridian, which was paved last year, and not do this one little section. So the township will be doing a small section between Canis and Midstreams. That is not the section of Meridian that I live on. But nevertheless, that's what we will be doing, and that's what that resolution was for. The gas company, New Jersey Natural Gas, will be paving curb to curb and paying for that paving in the fall once they get started. Now, there are some other parts of town that the same thing has happened, okay? So I just want to cover that for the people that live over in these areas and are worried they're not getting their streets paved. The first one is Elizabeth and Johnson. I believe those were just paved. That's off of Princeton Avenue. That was taken care of. We have Sky Manor, had the same issue that we had over on my side of town in Midstreams, where you had some gas leaks. They went in and I believe they tore up a whole bunch of different roads. They're going to come back in and pave curb to curb. It looks like they'll be back in the fall for that. They recently, when I say they, I mean New Jersey Natural Gas, recently submitted a permit for areas of Birchwood Park. Thiel Road, Bluffview, Deer Path, and Tanager Way were completed this winter. Okay, so those were done. Voyager Way and Duquesne Boulevard, they're set to start soon. And then MacArthur, Spiral, and Driscoll, they also had completed gas line work done, and we are requiring full pavement restoration for that area and waiting for the plans for that. So there's lots of little pockets around town where the gas company is now coming in and replacing old pipes, and that is the case for the street that I live on. I did not move my street to the top of the list. I would never do that. Ask my neighbors. They were actually a little annoyed with me that I refused to even talk about paving on my street. But the gas leak kind of took care of that. New Jersey Natural Gas will be coming in to do that work at no cost to the town. So I hope this clears up any misinformation that's out there about paving projects around town. And as always, if you have questions or you see something online that you question and think may not be true, feel free to reach out to my office and I'd be happy to get back to you about it. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have a great day.